Hello everybody and welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator video. Today we are Spirit Wing 1711 and we are going to be leaving Chicago O'Hare and we are going to be going over to Miami today. We are using the Airbus A320 Neo, that is, and we have a airtime of 2 hours and 37 minutes and a block of 3 hours and 5 minutes. Our cruising altitude is going to be 36,000 feet today, and we have a wind component of positive 42, and we are taking 164 passengers over to Miami. There is not much that we need to do here when it comes to getting set up. I believe the only thing that I need to do is get the fuel pumps on, but that's going to come a little bit later. We are just about done here with boarding. We have the bags on there, and I believe all of our passengers should be loaded at this time. They're probably just waiting on us to wrap up the paperwork in the front. So let's hop in the cockpit and finish setting up so we can get on out of here. Alright, so we are here in the cockpit of the A320. First things first, let's set our initial climb out altitude, 5,000. Everything else is good to go. We have the APU running, and let's check on the boarding time. So it looks like boarding has been completed, and we are fully fueled up, so we can go seatbelt signs on, which they already are on. The no portable electronic device is going to go to auto. And that is pretty much good to go there. Since we are ready to go, beacon on. And I am going to get the tug over here, and we are going to be taking off from runway 22 left out of Chicago. So let's get the tug connected to us, and we should be good to get on out of here. Alright guys, we have finally been pushed back from the gate there. It's a little cloudy here in Chicago, but that's okay. We should break out of the clouds a little bit after 7,000 feet. That's what the METAR is showing me. And some light snow is going to be coming in here shortly, but we should be gone by the time the snow comes in. We have everything on that needs to be on. Fuel pumps, APU bleed. The most selectors is going to be coming to start here shortly, and according to the checklist, we're going to go 1 and 2. So 1 and 2 is going to get started in sequence, and we'll be able to get on out of here so we can head over to Miami. So enjoy the start sequence, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kathy. Working with me in the cabin today are Brian and Jordy. We would like your attention as we go over important safety features of this Airbus A319 aircraft. Please follow along with the safety information guide located in the cockpit in front of you. Fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal tab into the buckle. To tighten, pull the loose end of the strap, and to release, lift up the flat portion of the buckle. Your seatbelt should be secured low and tight about your hips and worn anytime you are seated. There are 6 emergency exits, 2 forward exit doors, 2 overwing window exits, and 2 rear exit doors. Signs overhead and aisle path lighting lead to all exits. All exits are equipped with evacuation signs that display automatically. Look around and locate the exit nearest to you, keeping in mind your nearest exit may be located behind you. If needed, oxygen masks will drop from the compartment above your seat. Hold the mask toward your face, place it over your nose and mouth, and breathe normally. Secure the mask with the elastic strap. Although oxygen will be flowing, the plastic bag may not appear to inflate. The crew member will inform you when it is safe to remove your mask. Be sure to secure your own mask before assisting others. For passengers seated in our economy seats, a life vest is located under your seat. For passengers seated in big front seats, life vests are located between your seats. All life vests can be used for adults or children. Infant life vests will be provided by your crew if necessary. To use it, to open the cockpit, it is important that you do not inflate the vest while inside the aircraft. To manually inflate or top off the vest, flow into the tube at shoulder level. A water-activated rescue light is attached to each vest. There are 2 life rafts at the forward doors and 2 at the rear doors on either side of the airplane. Evacuation signs at the overwing exits are not life rafts and will not provide flotation. Your calm line above your seat. Our estimated flight time today is 2 hours and 8 minutes. Thank you for your attention and welcome aboard.
And that is 2 good engine starts there, guys. I'm going to press B again just to make sure we are on the local altimeter. And we can just complete the takeoff memos here. So we can go max on the auto brake. We can go arm on the spoilers. And we can test the takeoff config. Takeoff memo is green. Predicted wind shear is off. Let's get that on. Now we have takeoff memo green, and let's do the before taxi checklist. Probe and window heats are in auto. The heading indicators and altimeters is set. Let's set I believe we are 225 there on runway heading, so we can get that set. I just have to remember to go managed heading once we get in the air. So 225 runway heading is going to be set. And the autopilot systems are set. Flight directors are on. Max on the auto brakes. Elevator trim. I believe Airbus does that itself. So I'm going to leave the trim alone. Flight controls are free and correct. Before taxi checklist complete. Taxi checklist. Taxi light on. Or nose to taxi. APU off. APU bleed off. And like I said, takeoff memo is green, and a takeoff config is set as well. So we are now ready for taxi all the way over to 22 left. So we're going to release the parking brake, and off we go. Alright guys, the local time right now is 2:33 p.m. I am holding down the manual brakes here while we are at the line for 22 left. Everything can come on. Wing light, runway turn-off lights, landing lights. Nose can go to taxi. Or nose can go to takeoff, sorry. We can give an alert to the cabin there. And we are ready to go here. TCAS is set, and it is set for TARA. Flaps are where we need them. Spoilers are armed. And everything else is good to go. We can hit B again for the local altimeter. Altimeter is still 29.84. We're going to select manage heading now. And once I get lined up on 22, flight recorder is going to come on, and then chrono, and we'll be able to get up in the sky. So I will see you guys just before takeoff. Alright, flight recorder is now on. Let's go chrono. And let's get on out of here. We're going to advance the throttles, and we're going to go full takeoff. Let the engine stabilize. Toga. Weird stuff happens with the rudder, guys, so please don't mind me not on the center line. There's V1. Rotate. Positive rate of climb, gear up. Autopilot from here, guys, and enjoy the takeoff. All right, so we are almost here, leveling off at 5,000. Autopilot is on. We can do the takeoff checklist or the after takeoff checklist or climb out. Thrust levers are in climb. Autopilot on. Nose can go to off. Altimeter, we are not at the transition level yet. All of this stuff is going to be coming here shortly. Let's have a look at our flight plan. We can go flight level 220 or 230 is fine. Engage selected altitude mode, and we're going to continue going up. I'm going to switch my systems over to ARC now, and we're going to increase the range there. Where we're climbing up to 220, guys. 230. We have 10,000 there, guys, so all lights are off. Seatbelt signs are going to be coming up here shortly, but let's give a 10,000 call here.
In a few moments, the flight attendants will be passing around the cabin to offer you hot or cold drinks and food. Please check the magazine in front of you for our latest offers on food, drink, and duty-free shopping.
And there's the transition level, guys, so we can go standard. Nope. Standard and standard. And let's have a look at the flight plan again. Let's clear ourselves all the way to our cruising altitude, 36. And to 36 we go. We are approaching our top of climb here pretty soon, and everything looks good from here. Alright guys, we have leveled off at flight level 360. We are in the southern portion of Illinois now, so we're almost out of Illinois. and we should be in our cruise for the next 2 hours and some change here on the way to Florida. So enjoy the flight, guys. We shouldn't be up here for too long. Alright guys, we are almost to the Alabama-Florida border here. We have less than 30 minutes until I want to start bringing us down, and we have less than 50 minutes until we are back on the ground. All of the approach numbers have been calculated, and I'll just go over to the page here. So we're currently 141,900 pounds. I did the math, and we should be 129,200 pounds upon landing. So I selected max on the medium on the auto brake, and we should be 132 here on the approach speed. So we're 132, and I do have the QNH and the temperature, the winds, and all that good stuff set. Our minimas are going to be 208. And let's see, has anything changed in Miami? Yes. So we're going to insert this current information. Altimeter is 29.97. Yes, 9 or 7. The temperature is now 15, so it dropped 1 degree. and winds are 310 at 11. So they changed direction, and it came down a knot there on the wind. And all of that information is good to go. The ILS frequency is set 110.90 with a course of 92 degrees. So all that stuff is good to go, guys. Like I said, we'll be descending in less than 30 minutes, and should be back on the ground in 45 minutes now. Alright guys, it is now time for our descent checklist. We have the ATIS and the airport information. We have checked the altimeters. The radios are good to go. No anti-ice on the way in. The top of descent is coming now. It says set TCAS to below. I have it set to all, but I'm not using live traffic right now, so we don't have to worry about that. Descent speed, that's good or whatnot. And then it takes us to the transition altitude, and then the rest of that stuff is going to come later, and as well as the 10,000 feet checklist. But at this time, to 340 we go, and seatbelt signs are coming on, and let's give a call there to the cabin. And now we are descending.
Ladies and gentlemen, in final preparation for our arrival, please make sure your seatbelts are securely fastened, window shades are open, tray tables are securely stowed. All carry-on baggage, including purses and backpacks, need to be completely stowed underneath the seat in front of you. Nothing should be on your lap before arrival. This is for your safety and the safety of the other guests traveling with us. Laptop computers and similar sized electronic devices need to be powered up and stowed at this time. Cell phones may remain on as long as they continue to be in airplane mode. Passengers are going to walk through the cabin at this time to collect all service items. Take a moment to look around your immediate seating area and the seat back pockets for any items. And to the flight attendants as they walk by. It has been our pleasure to have you with us today on our flight. We should be on the ground very shortly.
Alright guys, we are still here at 340. We're going to be coming up on our next restriction there. Let's see here. So for the cleat waypoint there, I'm going to clear terrain on my side. For the waypoint there, they want us greater than 210, so we can start descending 215. And we are going to need some speed brakes here. We're getting the steep path message. Steep speed brakes and vertical speed are going to be our best friends today. All right, we are leveling off here at 215. So speed brakes can go back up. And it looks like our next waypoint is going to be, or no, our next restriction is going to be plus 15.0 or 150. So we're gonna I'm gonna wait until it's leveled there, and then I'm gonna select 15.5, and then just after passing the cleat waypoint, we're gonna start going down 15.5. So let's get that set in there. And I am going to prepare the altimeter. Looks like altimeter is still 29.907. Let's see, does it work like the Airbus? I mean the Boeing? No. I'm just going to wait until we are approaching the transition level to open that. But at this time, we're just waiting until we pass this point, and then I'm going to start descending us for 15.5. We can run some of these checklists here. We have the seatbelts on. Once again, the radios are set. All the autopilot systems are set. The Airbus is working the speed for us, so we don't have to worry about that. And the ground spoilers are, I'm going to be using them on the way down, but I'm just going to keep arming them. But we're almost done here. We have less than 15 minutes to go. And to 15.5 we go. Speed brakes. And let's see here. Speed brake should be sufficient for right now. I do want to get some vertical speed in here though. Let's see. We are currently 441 there. So 22 minus 2200. And down we go. Alright, we can set the local altimeter now. 29.907. And we're going to have to come over here on this side and do it as well. And I'm going to hit B so everything is where it needs to be. It looks like altimeter is 30.2 now. And let me just reset here. So we have passed through the transition level. The altimeter is set to the local. Speed is going to be coming down here as well. Let's have a look at the waypoints. So we just passed through the plus 15,000 restriction here. The next waypoint, Jamas, wants us greater than 11,000. So right after we level off, I'm going to set the box for 11.5. And after PBJ, we should be clear to do whatever we need to do. Yep, I'm my own ATC right now. So yeah, I'm not using no whatever that say intentions or whatnot. I'm not using that. But we're at 15.5. We're backing out, so we can set 11.5. We can start shooting for that now. Speed brakes. No vertical speed. And we are leveling off here, so speed brakes can go back up. Let's decrease our range here. We're gonna start going down 10,000 now. And I'm gonna switch the box back over to 1,000, and we're looking good here. So as we're climbing down, we're gonna configure a little early. Runway lights on, landing lights on, nose back to takeoff, wing light on, and everything else is good here. Let's give a call to the cabin and let them know we're passing through 10,000. Let's do the 10s checklist. The speed is going to be coming down as we pass through 10 there. All lights are on. LS can come on both sides. Fuel is good to go, and the flaps are still up at this point. Let's check the altimeter. Let's press B. And I'm just going to keep doing that so we can stay on the local pressure here. So yep, as we pass through this waypoint, they want us greater than 9,000, no more than 11. So 10,000 is fine for us. And we should be decelerating around PBJ. That's what that looks like there. That looks like a D there. But we're looking good here, guys. Almost down. Less than 10 minutes to go. Alright, so we can now descend to 8,000. Or, you know what? We're cleared to our final approach fix of 4,000. Speed brakes. And we can get some vertical speed in here. Let's see. 312. 16 minus 1600 on the vertical speed there. Alright, we're gonna go flaps 1. I am gonna get localizer on now. We can't get. I'm gonna put a little bit more vertical speed in there. All right, we good for flaps 2. And since we have everything there, approach mode can be armed. Let's see, how many nautical miles away are we? We're about 17. Approach checklist, seatbelt signs are good to go. Radio set. Speed is coming down. All lights are on. Ground spoilers, we're going to bring them back in once we level off there. We can go flaps full. And speed brakes back to arm. And since we are configured here, we can get the gear down. Let's press B. And we have glide slope. We have localizer. Gear is down. Let's alert the cabin. And we're locked on to the glide slope there, and it should start bringing us down with the autopilot systems. Yes, it is indeed doing that. Missed approach altitude is 3,000, so we can set that. Let's have a good landing, guys. Ooh, it's a little cloudy here, but that's why we have the ILS. We are looking good here. I'm gonna let the autopilot bring us down to about minimas, which is 208. And then from there, I'm gonna disengage, and I'm just gonna put her down. When I came in here yesterday, I got spoiled with the Boeings, and I failed to idle the power back. So I'm not gonna do that today. Alright, hands on the yoke and throttle systems here. And my thumb is on the disconnect button. Once we hit minimas, I'm going to disconnect. We got 7-knot winds here, so that's not too bad. We look perfect. 2 white, 2 red.
500.
500 Chet. Don't worry about the landing inhibited stuff there. We're not using ATC.
400.
400.
300.
There's 300.
100 above.
100 above minimus, guys.
200. Minimum.
Continue. And my aircraft.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
There's nose down. We got reversers. Not really worried about the sign there. Stow them. And we can get that alarm off. And welcome to Miami, everybody. Let's get turned off on the runway here. Alright, so we have parked here at the gate. Let's get the ground stuff connected to us. And let's get a ground power unit as well. APU on. And we can't now connect to the external power. While all of this stuff is going on here on the ground, let's get engines. Let's get the engines off. Alright, the engines are coming down there. I'm gonna leave everything as is. I enjoyed that. That was fun. And we now have 9 more flights to go until we say goodbye to Microsoft Flight Simulator version 2020. The next flight, I believe, is going to be to Seattle, Chicago to Seattle, using an American 737. We're going to be flight 2202 over to Seattle. So that should be coming out next week. So stay tuned for that, guys, and take care, and I'll see you guys for Seattle.